Hello and welcome to Rixpex, where we are about to tackle a Theros pro-release draft here, which should be, just the best block ever since it's based on Greek mythology, of which I am a huge fan. Alright, well, this is actually my second ever draft. I tried to record my first one, but I couldn't because I had audio problems. But in that draft, I made a Boros heroic deck by first picking the 1 mana Oblivion Ring. Chain to the Rocks. And here it seems we are going down the road yet again because Anax and Saimi seems to be pretty amazing. I mean, by itself, it's a first striker vigilance 3/2 for 3 mana, which is way above the usual curve for limited formats. So yeah, we're gonna take that. I really love heroic in this format so far. Lots of great cards to target things like this guy with, like God's Willing, and the 1 mana red enchantment that draws your card, the fire breathing thing. Love that card as well. Here, we're gonna hope the God's Willing make it back, or maybe the two-headed Cerberus, but definitely first picking an Accent Cymate here. Thoughtseize, huh? I am not sure how much that thing is worth. We do have a Divine Verdict. Well, Thoughtseize, I just checked, is going currently for 10 tickets. So sorry, Divine Verdict, I just cannot justify not taking this thing. This draft costs 15 tickets, and this thing by itself pays for 2/3 of my draft. So you guys are gonna forgive me here, but I promise to try my best to keep on my actual colors here from now on. Alright, the good news is we got a Arena Athlete, one of the very best cards for such a deck, the heroic deck. Oh, but we get a Rage of Perforos. Yeah, this is quite a difficult decision. I feel like I kind of want to take the Athlete, but the Rage is so good. I mean, it does cost 5 mana. You know what? My gut tells me to go with the Athlete. It may very well be wrong. I think the Rage of Perforos is not the best common red removal spell. The Lightning Strike would have that honor. And the Arena Athlete is an uncommon, so I'm willing to take that. What does this thing do? Generate. Yeah, it's an okay card, but not really what we're looking for. Here we could take. We're not gonna take a Priest of Theros, I don't think, even though it is a good card. We could take the Minotaur, or we could take the Laguna Band Elder here, the Centaur. I am not exactly sure which is better, but I'm willing to bet it's the Elder. It's cheaper. It has the same, PT ratio. This thing's a 4/3 for 4 mana. This is a 3/2 for 3 mana. And the ability is not irrelevant, especially if I get a bunch of red enchantments that I want to. Oh, alright, another Arena Athlete. I kinda wish I had taken the removal spell then. But well, not gonna complain. Not a God's Willing. One of them is bound to make it back for me. I've seen black be very underdrafted in this format, so maybe that's something to keep in mind for future drafts. Alright, Spare Prone Oread is perfect for us because not only is it a fine creature as a 2/2 first striker for 3 mana, but it is also an enchantment that can target our guys here to, get a heroic going, and it also triggers my Laguna Band Elder, so it's pretty much perfect. Let's go ahead and take it. Alright, Akron Crusader seems okay. Let's go ahead and take it. Here we could take this guy, or we could take this guy. I'm honestly not sure which is better. I do want enchantment removal, but this thing is a 4/3, it's quite beefy. I think I'm willing to take that. I'm not sure if that's correct, again. not very experienced with the format. Alright, so the Cerberus made it back, and God's Willing made it back. I am willing to take God's Willing here. I think in a vacuum, the Cerberus may be the best card of the two, but I do have a lot of heroic guys already, so God's Willing is gonna do some work here for me. Alright, this is amazing. Exactly what we wanted here. Also a Titan Strain, which is pretty good. But yeah, this is just amazing in a heroic deck. Savage Surge, Nisian Courser. I guess we can take a Courser to hate draft it. Alright, the first pack seems pretty good for us. We still lack a bunch of more heroic enablers. We do have God's Willing and Downless Onslaught as instants, and Spare Point Oriad as a sorcery, because the bestow ability has to be cast as a sorcery. But still, that's a pretty good start, I would say. Alright, we could take Demolish, but I think I'm gonna take this thing. This thing seems kinda scary, and Demolish I may be able to get another later on. Alright, Defend the Hearth. Let's take the green card. Okay. So let's see what we get back to. Alright, we got a Commune with the Gods for our last pick here. Okay, well, Temple of Triumph. That actually seems pretty good for us, especially since we don't really have anything else we really want here. This thing is really good, but better in a controlish deck. This thing is okay, this thing is okay, but both may make it back. This thing is okay too, I think. And this thing, I cannot believe this is a common. A 3/4 flyer for 5 mana. It's usually uncommon material, but then again, they've been really aggressive in the casting of blue spells lately. I mean, this thing costs 3 mana. It's a strictly better cancel, a way better cancel, right? Alright, well, yeah, let's go ahead and take the dual land here. It's gonna be good for us, definitely. Alright, well, this is pretty amazing. Pretty amazing for us. This is a good card too. This is okay, but yeah, no way we're passing on that guy. A rare heroic guy, another rare heroic guy, aside from the NX and side mid. So apparently things are working well for us. We passed very few good red cards last pack. I guess the one card that we did pass was the 5 mana removal spell. Speaking of which, I really do need some removal spells here. Shall work that out soon here. I mean, this is kind of a removal spell, but it's conditional and is also vulnerable. Here we got some options. What does this thing do? This alright, but obviously not for us. We could take an Theros Warden, which is a pretty good card, or a Titan Strength, but I feel like we should get more cards like this one later on in draft. I really hope I get at least one Dragon Mantle. Dragon Mantle is amazing with heroic because it cantrips, and the fire breathing can be relevant sometimes. Yeah, let's go ahead and take the Warden. Ooh, Coordinated Assault. Yeah, that seems amazing. Probably better than Chosen by Heliod. And probably better than Spare Point Oriad at this point. So yeah, let's go ahead and take it. Spark Jolt is okay. And we got nothing else here. Maybe an Opaline Unicorn, but our deck is not really the deck for that card, I don't think. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and take a Spark Jolt. Spark Jolt number 2, it seems. Alright. The good thing about Spark Jolt is that it can even, I mean, it's cheap enough and the effect is minimal enough that we can even sometimes aim it at something like an Accent Siamese, or at our own Labyrinth Champion to deal 2 damage to something instead of 1 damage. Yeah, nothing else here. So let's just go ahead and take it. Alright, Dragon Mantle. I'm definitely taking the Dragon Mantle over another Akron Crusader here. The Crusader is pretty good, but at this point I do have a lot of heroic creatures already. You need cards like this to make those work. This is pretty good too, to be perfectly honest. Is it better than a Dragon Mantle? Just target. Maybe I'll get one. Yeah, like I really do like the Dragon Mantle, so let's go ahead and try that. This is amazing. But we are not blue-white. This is okay. This is okay. This is a nice sideboard card, and this is okay, especially if you have some devotion cards, right? Take advantage of the double white mana cost. I'm not sure. Maybe I should take this thing, or maybe I should just take the sideboard card. Yeah, sideboard card seems fine. Here we can get a Lagana Band Elder or Sandals. Since the equip ability does not trigger heroic, this is not as good as it seems in our deck. Alright, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and take another Centaur here. Chosen by Heliod is perfect for us, so let's go ahead and take it. Alright, a fox that is a 6/5 trample. It's interesting. Let's take Demolish. Blade of Heresy is a nice sideboard card, so let's go ahead and take it. Alright, yeah, Demolish is not something we want to play on our main deck. Okay, so go pack 3. Man, this is actually not a bad card. We could even splash it, but I don't think we will. No reason to just strain our mana base when our deck seems to be getting along so well. You end up being so tight, right? And cheap cards, maybe we can even get away with running 16 lands. Even though, the bestow costs sometimes can get expensive. But we do not have a lot of bestow creatures. Most of our cards are really inexpensive, so. And we even have a lot of, cantrips and things like this which have scry. Alright, well, this does not seem like the kind of card that we want to play. No reason to splash for black. Target player. It does not target creatures. So yeah, like, sorry about that. If I was in black, in red-black, I'd definitely take that. It's definitely an excellent card. Especially because you can endlessly recur it as long as you have creatures. But I don't think I wanna do that. What I do wanna do is maybe take a Hopeful Idol. I feel kinda bad taking that for our first pick, but our first picks so far have been generous. So I feel less bad by taking a card that is more of a like 5th or 6th pick. But I'm gonna hand take him. Alright, Vanquish the Fall is better than it seems. This thing is good. Dragon Mentor is obviously good. So we have 19 playables with 12 creatures. This thing is not gonna be that hot because we are heavier in red than in white. So it's either Dragon Mantle, Vanquish the Foul, or Fanatic of Mogis. Fanatic of Mogis should not be that good a card anyway. I do see lots of red mana costs, but lots of them are instants and sorceries, right? I mean, some of them. I think I'm willing to take the removal spell here. Alright, this triggers off my scrying. There's this thing which seems good, this thing which is obviously good in our deck. But I think I'm more willing to take this Cyclops here just because, you know, it's the kind of card that we kinda want right now. But maybe we should take a Battle Ice Valor because it's one of the best combo tricks in the format, I think. It does scry and it's excellent with our guys here, so yeah, maybe I should take this. I do need more creatures here eventually. This thing's okay too. I do need more creatures eventually, but I think I'm gonna take a Battle Ice Valor. Colossus of Theros. Alright. Think I'm gonna take a Spell Point Oriad here because I did take the combat trick over the creature last pick, and while we could do this again here, this is a creature that we need, and it's also a bestow card which can target our guys. So I'm willing to take that. I wonder how good this thing really is. I mean, 8 mana is kind of a lot for my deck, but alright, just gonna go ahead and take the Oriad. Last Breath is a pretty good card. Cetacean Battle Priest is okay too, but Last Breath is removal, and I think we lack removal so far. So let's go ahead and take it. Alright, Cerberus is okay. This thing is okay but not for us. This thing is acceptable but, you know, not that great. I think I'm gonna go ahead and take the Cerberus since we do have a lot of combat tricks. So yeah. Another spare point Oriad or a Chosen by Heliod. I think I need a second Chosen by Heliod to be perfectly honest. Oh, we could take this thing, right? I feel like we want to. This card is actually pretty good. I mean, 4 mana 3/3 with Trample and Monstrosity. And we do already have a couple Spell Point Oriads, so. Spellhide Chimera. We don't have anything else for us here, so might as well take it. Oh, it's an uncommon. I thought it was rare, actually. This should be a very good card in Block Constructed, by the way, I suppose. I already have some ideas for decks in that format. We get to put them, you know, to the test in the coming weeks. Here, yeah, nothing really for us here. I'm just gonna go ahead and take the Minotaur. Alright, Dragon Mantle number 2 definitely makes me happy. We have 15 creatures so far. Yeah, I feel like we have a lot of ways to activate Heroic in this deck right now. We're gonna have to cut some stuff here, but I don't really want to cut creatures. Alright, Flame Speaker Depths. We do have a bunch of scry cards, but yeah, I'm not really excited about that. Okay, this is kinda good, but we could have this thing for a sideboard. Maybe not, just hate draft this. 3/7 and yeah, I think I'm gonna take the creature. Alright, so this seems to be our deck. Let's see what we cut and what we leave in. Alright, we have 25 cards that we would like to play here. I cannot cut another creature. Ooh, that's the Temple of Triumph. I cannot cut another creature, but I feel like I want to play 16 lands in this deck. We do have a lot of cheap cantrips or in scry cards also. The problem is that most of them need creatures on the battlefield to work. But I'm willing to bet that I will have access to a few creatures. We do have Spark Jode. Maybe we should take out one Spark Jode, even though we kinda lack for removal spells. But this thing removes few things, right? Could take out a Dragon Mano too. Or what else? Not creatures, definitely. Yeah, I guess. Let's see. Let's make some uh, calculations here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards that are combat tricks that either combat tricks or enchantments that can target our heroic creatures. And then we also have, this thing and a couple of these here that can target creatures as well. So we probably will not lack for uh, heroic enablers. I feel like maybe I should leave a Spark Jode in and take out a Dragon Mantle. Seems fine. And then play 16 lands. Sort by color. So Temple of Triumph is coming in. And 8-7 seems okay. Alright. So here we are. Let's hope this deck works and see you round 1.